Okay. Okay. Resume our expedition. So we want to get to the Quantum Moon and use our knowledge of quantum entanglement, quote unquote. No, that's right. We found our way there, but okay. So Shrine needs to be at the North Pole. That was, I think, the other thing that we hadn't figured on was we might need to do something. It might be more than just the teleportation. We go to the secret location, but we can't get through the rock. So we might need to do it basically multiple times, and that was what we ran out of time on. That was it. Let's make sure we don't go into the sun. Is that the Quantum Moon over there? Kinda looks like it. Yes, that is indeed the Quantum Moon. Going around the twins is a little rough. Let's see if autopilot can help out. Because that puts it very close to the sun, which makes this a very nerve-wracking endeavor. Okay, abort autopilot. We are way too close to the sun, aren't we? We're gonna burn on up. No, we're... Yeah, okay. Did I say 1 run? I meant 2 runs. The sun is dangerous. Deadly laser, as some would say. So twice the Quantum Moon taunts us by starting out by Giant's Deep. Love that. Lovely. It knows that we aren't going to be able to get to it tonight, I suppose. That's my current operating theory. Quantum Moon operates to maximize disgruntlement. Okay. Oh! Okay! Well, that seems overly friendly, almost. Now I'm suspicious. Okay. There we go. Quantum Moon is now in the reverse imaging. Okay. A little bit of a bumpy landing, but we can manage it. Okay. Whoa, this seems... I hadn't looked around here before, so that, with the trees, that it seems a lot more Earth-like than I had thought. Does it change its appearance slightly based on... I wonder if it changes appearance based in some respect on how, what it's circling. Or if, you know, it might just be that I have not been observing at all well. Okay. Like redwood trees? Oh hey, the shrine! Cool beans. It's like, I think it's a combination of the planets moving as well as the shrine itself. So, okay. New location. Okay. Or maybe this is another bit of needing to learn how to get through solid stone, which is in theory something we'll need to do for the Ash Twin. Okay, so that's the secret location, right? But even with the secret location, we aren't at the South Pole. Okay. So actually, are we actually... Ah! So, okay, wait. Make sure we actually teleport. So we aren't changing location when we're teleporting. Or when we're doing the quantum thing. So it will only be accessible when we're at that point if we're at the North Pole. Oh, and so when we're around Dark Bramble, we've got the Brambly things. So What's going to be a good planet for being able to access the North Pole? Let's see about the twins. So, North Pole. Boop, boop, boop. Don't want to fly off the planet. So, this is, I'm assuming, yep, so this is South Pole. So red is north. I'm sure that's an actual compass convention, and I'm just a goof for not having that in my head. So, huh. So that's like an impenetrable wall around the center, around the equator. Or is there actually a way through? So that's like a thing. No, 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 no. Okay, so we're on ground. Damn it! Damn! Well, this does not bode well for us. Unless we can... I don't know, maybe we can make it to the sun station. But, So it's not an issue of surrounding the North Pole. It's an issue of the equator is surrounded, it seems. Well... We're having a time. We're doing just a little Outer Wilds chill. We got the puzzle. We got there. I'm trying to figure out what we can do with the quantum moon. And we're running into some issues. So we can get to the 6th location, but we don't know how to get to the North Pole of the moon, which is proving to be quite the annoyance. And it turned out I thought that we had a route through, but it actually just put our... We were standing too tall above the quantum moon, our head poked out above the clouds, and thus we lost sight of it, which I find quite goofy. No, nothing new. No new information. Okay. Let's hit up the quantum moon again and see if there's any way to get to the North Pole, because if we can get to the North Pole, then we should be able to get to a new location, it seems. But we can't break the barrier between the north and the south, it seems, as well, so many problems. Okay, let's find our quantum fluctuations. Where, oh where is the quantum moon? Well, that looks like it, right around, Brittle Hollow. Do. And... Oh, I thought I was autopiloting. That was incorrect. Okay. So we could re-examine on the twins, if it's passable. So we can't exit on the 6th location. So we've got 5 different surfaces that the quantum moon could take on the appearance of. Okay. So quantum moon is on camera. Okay, a little bit of damage, but nothing insurmountable. We don't have the alarm, so we're all good. Repair the landing gear. Repair the headlights. I do like my headlights. And then... Oh, autopilot? No, we don't need that. What's that ever done for us? Oh, the shrine's over there, but it's gonna go out of our sight one of these days. Yep. That's totally fine. So it's an ice wall this time around. let's go around. See, so that's giant equator wall. Huh. Oh? Oh, what? It's 1 a.m. You sleepy? Yeah. Go ahead, get some rest, please. Thank you for hanging out. Bye. Suday's way too. Okay. Oh, so it's wow. How big is this? Hey, thank you for the follow, Ship Cappy. Much appreciated. We will probably be wrapping up here soon, but I would love if we could figure out what the hell is up with this sort of barrier. Hold up. So this is around the South Pole. Okay. So am I just letting myself get super turned around, or is this like a whole-on canyon? That's the ship? Okay. So then... Hey! How's it going? So what can we do? What can we do? If it's always going to do that. Is this a way? Good! Glad to hear it! That is lovely. So, quantum shuttle probably doesn't help us out a whole lot, all things considered. Then we're getting back out the same place we started. So yeah, we have learned the 3 rules, the 3 different quantum rules. So we know how to use the shrine to bop around to the different planets, including the Secret Sixth. However, what we don't understand is how to get from the South Pole to the North Pole. So, what game is this? Ah! If you've not come across this, this is Outer Wilds. This is... If it's a game that you ever intend on playing, it is not one that's good to get spoiled on, so I'll try and be somewhat vague, but it's a lovely little game, very cozy, with good music, where you travel around a solar system and explore. It's very lovely. There are 5 planets in the solar system with a couple of weird things, and as you explore, you uncover more and more secrets. It's a little bit of a sort of space exploration mystery, but it's got some twists to it that are great sales pitches, but not something I want to talk about in case you actually do end up playing it. Unless you are absolutely unbothered by spoilers. So, fine. Okay, so Brittle Hollow does not seem like a good one for this to work out with. So let's see if we can get that shrine again. I'm sorry, I assumed that... Bleh, I assumed that someone popping in was presumably here for Outer Wilds, so if you don't mind me asking, why'd you pop in? If it wasn't the game, what seemed interesting? Bleh. Okay. So what we've got going on in here, this is all some quantum weirdness, which I'll also try and be a little bit vague about, but basically when things aren't being observed, they can travel around a little bit. So we just traveled around to a location that we can't get out of, because on this fancy 6th planet that we know nothing of, we get trapped here. So... Okay... Try again. This one I think we also can't, because we've already messed around with it. There's a lot of brambles. Samai. Okay. So we're abandoning that. Let me guess, we'll run into something that will stop us. Yep, it gets thicker and thicker as we get closer to the pole. Oh, but maybe... Oh, by using the different environments, maybe we can get closer and closer to it. So, like, we're closer here, so I wonder if we went back to the Brittle Hollow one, if this would be more passable. Ooh. That is not something I'd considered. So this is Timber Hearth, our home planet. Aha! So now we can make it to the North Pole. Like, I don't know if it needs to be at the literal, actual, exact North Pole. even the trees are being quantum. But we are at the actual North Pole. So let's wait and try and get the shrine to reappear. So now, even if we don't manage to figure something out this stream, we've learned how. Saw that you have low viewers. Guess wanted to help. Oh, I appreciate that. It's fun to pop into some folks with some low viewership. I will admit, a big part of that is we're basically at the end of the stream day. Because I'm going to be wrapping up after this little loop around. Because I've been going for a little over 5 hours at this point, but I appreciate that. I think it's really cool to pop in when people don't have a lot of people watching, because that's kind of a cool little environment to be in. So thank you. I really appreciate that, and more power to you. I do the same. Okay. Yeah, just a little ink blob. I typically start off the morning with something like Jump King or a difficult game about climbing, something that I find a little more chill, but sort of lets me just sort of warm up, have a little fun doing a repetitive task. I move into more puzzly things, which are not as much my speed, but we've got a lot of folks who really enjoy them. We sometimes do Bob Is You, although it's been a while. And we've been doing Lingo, if you are at all familiar. I guess I need to get to my ship. Lingo is a lovely little sort of non-Euclidean maze game with word puzzles. And then I like to end off the day with something that's a little more of a sort of story-driven or, I guess more sit down and enjoy. Oh god, okay. I don't know what that is. I don't know where my ship is. Well, I guess let's try. Oh! So this guy is dead every other time, but now we can say hi to him. Okay, so this is a Nomai. The Nomai are an ancient race of aliens that we've been sort of bopping around finding various artifacts for them. They've got teleportation, a number of other things that we've sort of been piggybacking off of. But they all seem to be dead. We mostly find their skeletons. This guy, every time that we land at the South Pole, we see his dead body, but now we've figured out how to finagle some things and we're at a planet that isn't in our solar system, and he's alive again. So I don't know what's up with that, but okay. Who are you? Okay, we've read some of... was that the wrong question? Oh! So he's communicating through written things? Whoa, okay. Okay, so each of these combinations... Is this your first time on the Quantum Moon? It's my first time here. I've come here looking for answers. I hope you find them. So we can ask about... Oh, what a cool way to do that! Because the Nomai speak mostly in writing. Or we've only seen Nomai writing, we've got a translator, so there's no reason we could understand them speaking. But we're asking questions by, like, objects, so what we want to know about, and then we can ask them to identify or explain about it. This is the Quantum Moon, where we are both standing. Despite also orbiting other celestial bodies, the Quantum Moon is the eye of the universe's moon. Ah, the eye of the universe? What console? This is not on a console, this is on PC. I don't know if it's been released on consoles. A lot of people do highly recommend a controller for it. I've been managing with mouse and keyboard. So the eye is a very interesting story beat for us. Because the eye is what the Nomai all seem to have screwed a whole bunch of stuff up trying to find. So if the quantum moon is related to the eye, okay. I imagine your purpose here is the same as mine, to learn about and find the eye of the universe. I'm unsure how you arrived here, however. Perhaps you came from another star system, as my clan originally did? Okay. Can you identify me? Never met with one of your kind before. It's an honor to speak with you. I particularly admire the 4 eyes. Hearthians have 4 eyes. There are many questions I would ask. If I could comprehend your language, you have my gratitude for understanding mine. Okay. I guess let's start off with the identify for, you. Yes, identify you. I think, though, we know them, because Solanum has written stuff. I am Solanum, a Nomai. My clan arrived in the star system before my birth, and we now call it home. Okay. Explain you. Now, isn't that a great question to ask someone? Just what's your deal? Explain yourself. I am on my first pilgrimage to the Quantum Moon. All Nomai and my clan make this journey when we come of age. Even though the eye cannot be reached from here, the Quantum Moon remains special to us, as it carries us nearer the eye than at any other place we know. I've journeyed here to be close to the eye. While the eye is obscure from our sight, we can see the Quantum Moon's reflection of the eye in the sky above us. Yes. Okay. So now, let's hear about the eye. Let's identify it first, and then explain it. What a cool... This game is one that I do highly recommend for being... It does a very good job of understanding that it is a game. It makes a lot of use of, like, cameras and such, of actual, like, in-game cameras, and being able to look from different perspectives. It does a very clean job of integrating those with really good movement and an interesting sort of mystery. It's a very simple game on its surface, but it's making very good use of the pieces that it has. And it's just, it's fantastic. I've been having an absolute blast with it for the past few weeks. We are orbiting the eye of the universe now. Although we cannot see it, only the quantum moon's reflection of it. The eye is older than the universe itself, and my clan believes it dwells in an extremely distant orbit around this star system. Okay. Makes a certain amount of sense. There is fundamental uncertainty throughout the universe. Normally, this uncertainty is only observable on a very small scale. As one approaches the eye, however, that uncertainty grows enormously. Imagine this on VR. I said something similar, because yeah, with the 3-dimensional movement through space is so good, and apparently there is a mod for it, and I've got a VR headset, so I may revisit this with that. I am, however, playing on the absolute lowest graphic settings, because apparently, despite having a pretty good laptop for playing things, trying to stream and play the stuff, it sometimes gets a little laggy. But yeah, I think this would be absolutely gorgeous, being able to actually look around. That would be insane. So hopefully I will figure that one out. The quantum moon probably exhibits macroscopic quantum behavior because of its proximity to the eye. Shards that broke off from the quantum moon have a similar effect, as I imagine you've seen elsewhere in the star system. Conscious observation forces a quantum object to collapse into a single possibility. But what would happen if conscious observers somehow entered the eye itself? Over time, this has become my clan's question. Okay. So we have learned all that we can from Solanum. Thank you, I'm glad. It's kind of an awkward time to be in. This is not the normal self. This is sort of towards the end of the game, towards the end of the day. It seems like you'll be sticking around, so basically you're stuck in a about 20-minute time loop. So once that 20 minutes is up, we will probably be... Oh, okay. Oh, so where did this take us back to? What happened to our ship? Oh no. But yeah, so once that loop is up, once the sun explodes, we will probably be wrapping up for the day. But yeah, I stream every weekday from about 10 a.m., although I often start a little later, closer to 11 a.m. my time, PST, until about 3 or 4 p.m. PST. And yeah, I would love to have more of you. I have a sneaking suspicion I might also just die here. But yeah, it's a good time. Love to have folks hang out and chill. I have a very strong tendency, if you are interested in just sort of off the cuff little informational sessions, I love to just talk about sort of whatever comes to mind. I think I gave an impromptu impromptu lesson on how password security is developed and evolved the other day. Just stuff like that. I'm very easily distractible, go on some good tangents, but enjoy talking. So this is our homeworld. This is Timber Hearth. Our ship... I guess the ship is gone. What time is it for me? It is currently about 4:25. So... PST is what I operate on. Hey, Quantum Moon. So our ship... Okay, so our ship has been left on Brittle Hollow. I don't really know of a good way to get there without the ship. So, this is a little awkward. There are some teleportation points, though, so we might be able to do something with that. Alternatively, we can just take a moment and bop around here, see if anything else has changed. Oh, there's some of that music that we know and love. This game has a gorgeous little soundtrack. Does a fantastic job of integrating music. By the way, we haven't used it a whole bunch, but we've got this signal scope, which we can use to tune in. Basically, there's a member of our space program on every one of the planets in the solar system, and we can use the signals to sort of help navigate in on them. It makes very good use of music. It uses the little scout mechanism we've got, allows us to basically use the camera to view things, and by virtue of the quantum observation things, makes good use of the cameras to actually do things. It's lovely. It's absolutely charming. Are you at 6:26? Gotcha. So if that's in the PM, you're only 2 hours ahead of me. So then I would be typically starting anywhere between noon and 1 PM your time most days, and going until about a little bit before now, around 6 your time. Okay. So I don't really know what to explore on our thing, so might as well, we can roast a marshmallow. Look how cozy this is. Unfortunately, now, honestly, one of my greatest pet peeves about the game is that you get to roast a marshmallow, and it doesn't go golden. It just goes from white to charred. Like, or, you know, you can, burn it deeply. But, oh, hey, we replaced the marshmallow. There we go. But yeah, like, I don't know. I do wish we could make it golden, but if that's essentially my greatest complaint is that we can't properly roast a marshmallow, you know, I feel like it's doing pretty well. Nom nom nom. Delicious. So, yeah. You may notice the sun is getting a little more red and angry than you saw it recently. That's the whole little bit about a time loop I was mentioning. So, the mystery of this is, by and large, you play through your first one, it's totally normal, and then the sun gets you. And that's a problem. However, you wake up again, which makes it maybe less of a problem, because, hey, you're still around, you're still alive, that's great and all, but what do we do about it? And I don't have an answer yet. I still don't know what to do to try and stop the sun from taking us out. I don't even know if we can, but we've got all of these mysteries, and they all seem to point to the Nomai somehow messing up time because their teleportation makes you arrive slightly before you leave. So I'm guessing that did something with time. So we're trying to figure out if there's a way to break out of it. And the worst part is, I don't know. First off, I don't know if there's an ending. Secondly, if there is an ending, I don't know if it's going to be one where we actually save the solar system, or if we simply break out of Groundhog's Day. Say, stop exploding sun. Just ask it politely, honestly. I think I have asked it politely when I wrote a comment into it, but didn't get us much of anywhere. But it's one of this. It's a very interesting thing. I'm typically relatively good at figuring out where something is heading, story beat wise. I'm miserable to watch television with because I'm typically going, oh, well, it's going to be X, Y, and Z that's about to happen. But man, I don't know if this is going to be a game that's ultimately about saving things, which would sort of be like the traditional video game ending, right? Is, hey, we got it all figured out. Everything's fine and dandy, amazing, gorgeous. Everyone's fine. Or if we're not going to save the solar system, but we're going to exit the time loop, is this might end up being a game about letting go, where we find out that the only quote-unquote ending option is for us to stop the preservation, to stop this loop, and let everything die. And I don't know which it's going to go for, and if it even is going to go for one of those. But if it does, I don't know how I'm going to feel about that, because I'm not sure. I don't know which is going to be more satisfactory, or even it's meant to be satisfactory. I genuinely don't know. This is going to be very interesting to see. But we've gotten some more information. We're essentially just waiting to die, which is a little horrific, but the end should be coming soon. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else we can be using our time for in this run. This is the museum. There's the music that indicates the sun's about to go. We can go up to the top, but so we can get close to the eye, and that's presumably taught us something, but I don't know what else can be done. Trying to exit the atmosphere didn't let us get any closer to the eye, so that's probably not ultimately something we need. I don't suppose the observatory will let us watch as the sun explodes, goes supernova? No. Well then, let's see if we can get outside and meet our doom and watch it be pretty. Use our little jetpack boost up. No. We're on the dark side of the planet, so hoo boy. Perhaps it'll turn around and be sun, or it'll be light right as things end. Oh, here we can use the satellite camera. So this is an actual in-game camera that's orbiting the planet that we're taking photos with, which is quite cool to me. So, well, I can hear it going. Brutal, just you and me. That blue flash. All right. Fare thee well, world. So there's where the sun is. Ah, there we go. Oh boy. And that's gonna be the stream. So yeah, so that's what happens every 20 or so minutes, and then you start over and you go out and adventure and you learn a little more. I know, but unfortunately, I do some tutoring for folks, and so this is one of the days where I can't push it a little further. Plus, I've been going for 5.5 hours. I need some food. But hopefully, I would love to see more of you in the future, and hopefully, we'll be getting through the end of this soon. I'm gonna feel sad saying goodbye to this, but I'm very excited. I'm glad. Very glad. But yeah, we're gonna wrap that up. Probably not gonna rate out just because it's I always feel awkward rating with basically just me and like one other person who I do not want to obligate to stick around. So we're gonna call it. This has been fun. Made some good progress. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And yeah, hopefully see you in the future. As always, having a blast. But for now, bye! Oh, the work was fun, but the wages low. Leave her, Johann, leave her. I guess it's time for us to go, and it's time for us to leave her.